Have you felt something shifting inside you lately? A quiet discomfort you can't explain? A signal in your own body that you've been tempted to ignore? Have you wondered why your strength feels different? Why your energy seems to dim even as your spirit feels more awake than ever? Have you sensed that heaven might be trying to warn you before it's too late? Chosen one, this is not your imagination. This is a serious alert from God about your body. While the world sees only symptoms, He sees the hidden imbalance, the places where signals have grown faint, the battles you've been fighting silently. He has watched you cope, adapt, and dismiss the discomfort as ordinary. But He is not content with you surviving in quiet decline. He has been strengthening your spirit daily, even as your flesh lags behind, preparing you for restoration that no doctor, nor diet, no plan can accomplish. And now heaven speaks. You are not in random discomfort. You are on the edge of divine revival. The Lord who restores, revives, and resurrects is reaching into the very core of your being to reset what has been faltering. If you're feeling this stirring even as you read, comment 777 as your signal to the heavens that you're ready to receive it. And to every soul who has stood with this mission through super thanks, my deepest gratitude. You're not only supporting content, you're amplifying a movement of healing and awakening. Stay with me, because what comes next isn't just information, it's the revelation of what God has seen in your body and the urgent steps heaven is calling you to take right now. God's chosen ones. Urgent. God just issued a serious alert about your body. Right now, I speak into the hidden places of your body, the quiet systems that carry your soul's assignment. Not just your skin and bones, but the cells, the tissue wrapping your organs like divine architecture, the glands releasing their rhythm into your bloodstream as if conducting a sacred symphony. Do you not know that your body is a temple of the Holy Spirit, who is in you? 1 Corinthians 6:19. The imbalance stirring within you is not random, it's a signal, a holy alarm meant to awaken you. Can you feel it, that faint tremor inside? Like a violin string slightly out of tune before the concert begins, I speak to the flow of hormones and the resilience of your immune system. To every inflamed cell and every shadow of fatigue that has wrapped itself around your core like a silent serpent. I see the bloating, the dull ache that comes and goes, the unexplained shifts in weight, the tension that even sleep cannot undo. You have grown accustomed to it, but heaven has not. Beloved, I pray that you may prosper in all things and be in health, just as your soul prospers. 3 John 1-2. Have you noticed how your body whispers warnings long before your mind accepts them? This is not your inheritance. This is not the promise spoken over your health. What stirs in your lower abdomen? What has quietly drifted from harmony? Who did not begin as disease but as dysfunction, like a river diverted from its source until the banks erode? In physics, when a frequency is slightly off, resonance collapses. Spiritually, your body behaves the same, left unaddressed. Imbalance grows in silence, for He satisfies the thirsty and fills the hungry with good things. Psalm 107-9. Could it be that your hunger for peace, your thirst for relief, is the Spirit signaling a deeper restoration? In the story of the woman with the issue of blood, 12 years of silent suffering ended when she reached for the hem of Christ's garment. Mark 5:25-34. She didn't just touch fabric, she touched frequency. And healing surged through her. What if your quiet ache is heaven's invitation to reach out now, not later? To recalibrate your temple before the weight of destiny increases. I've learned this personally. Years ago, in the middle of my own hidden pain, I met a humble physiotherapist in Naples named Sofia Bellanti. She once told me, "Bodies speak when souls stay silent." That sentence became my turning point. I began to listen, and my healing started. Heaven's alert about your body is not punishment, it's preparation. An act of mercy calling you back to stewardship of your sacred vessel. Therefore, glorify God in your body. 1 Corinthians 6:20. Nature itself preaches this message. The eagle must molt, shedding old feathers to soar higher. Snakes must shed their skin to keep living. The ocean withdraws before the tide roars back stronger. Your body too signals the need for release old stress, old grief, old patterns. This is not weakness, it's rebirth in motion. Do you recognize how your own seasons of pain mirror the earth's rhythms of renewal? Yet there's also a warning. King Asa, who once trusted God for healing, later relied on physicians alone, and in his disease he sought not to the Lord. 2 Chronicles 16:12. He ignored the sacred dimension of his body's signals, and his reign ended in regret. Pride or neglect will always desecrate the temple. Where have you silenced your body's cries instead of inviting God's voice into them? This alert is calling you to humility, not fear, to partnership, not panic. In acoustics, every cathedral is built with resonance in mind. Whispers can travel to the furthest arches because the architecture amplifies them. Your body is heaven's cathedral. Its whispers are not random. They are divine acoustics carrying instruction to your soul. And as in Jean-Baptiste Lully's sacred motet, Te Deum, where a single drumbeat announces the choir's rise, heaven is now striking that note inside you. It's time to rise into healing. From all this, my personal lesson is clear. Healing is not only received, it is stewarded. When I stopped treating my body as a machine and began treating it as a sanctuary, everything changed. And I share this so you may also pause and reflect. What is your body teaching you right now? What story? What warning? What promise lives beneath your skin? Share it. Share your story, your lesson, your moment of awakening in the comments. Your testimony may be the key someone else needs. So I call you now, not to fear, but to rise. Take this message as your confirmation. Like, share, and subscribe, not for numbers, but as an act of agreement with heaven's alert over your health. Comment 777 as a prophetic sign, your body, mind, and spirit aligning with divine order. Every action is an echo. Heaven hears. And finally, may the Lord bless you and keep you. May He make His face shine upon your health. Strengthen your immune system. Quiet your inflammation. Restore your hormones. And renew your vitality. May every cell in your body resonate with His peace. And may you become living proof that God heals not only souls, but vessels. This is your moment to step out of silent suffering and into sacred wholeness. Rise. Chosen one. The alert has sounded. Healing begins now. Listen closely, because heaven is speaking through your very skin, through the quiet ache in your bones, through the rhythm of your heartbeat that has become a secret language between you and the Creator. Your body has been whispering truths long before the symptoms began shouting. It's been signaling imbalance. Fatigue. The silent dissonance between what you feed your flesh and what your soul truly craves. Each twinge, each heaviness in your gut is not a random occurrence. It is a message coded in divine frequency. Do you feel that weight in your chest when stress comes? That dull exhaustion no rest seems to erase? That's not ordinary tiredness. That is your spirit signaling that your temple, the body crafted by divine architecture, is asking to be realigned with its heavenly blueprint. Remember what Scripture declares in 1 Corinthians 6:19. Do you not know that your bodies are temples of the Holy Spirit, who is in you? When the temple trembles, it is not punishment, it is a plea for restoration. Long ago, God formed the human body with divine geometry, lungs like wings, a heart that beats in sacred rhythm, blood flowing like rivers through Eden. But when fear and anxiety take root, when we carry bitterness unhealed, it disrupts the frequencies of this sacred design. Just as the earth quakes when its core is imbalanced, so too does your inner world tremble when peace is absent. Have you noticed how your breath shortens when you carry unseen grief? How your digestion twists when guilt lingers too long? In Psalm 139:13, 1:4, it is written, "For you created my inmost being, you knit me together in my mother's womb. I praise you because I am fearfully and wonderfully made." Every cell in you still remembers that original perfection. Yet, modern life, its noise, its rush, its toxins tries to drown out that memory. The constant fatigue, the inflammation, the cloudy thoughts are not curses, they are alarms. They are heaven's way of saying, something holy in you has gone unheard. Rhymed, in the quiet of the night, when your body aches but your soul won't rest. I ask you this, what have you been carrying that was never yours to bear? Because pain that lingers too long becomes identity, and that is not what God authored for you. The enemy of divine order, distraction, has been at work. He seduces you with busyness, convincing you that exhaustion equals worth. He whispers that it's normal to ache, that survival is success. But remember what Jesus said in John 10:10, "The thief comes only to steal and kill and destroy. I have come that they may have life, and have it to the full." Dekating and suprema, think of your gut, your second brain, as the soil of your being. When it's overrun with stress and neglect, weeds of inflammation choke the fruit of vitality. Yet even the soil of the desert can bloom when touched by living water. God is speaking restoration over that inner terrain right now. Isaías 58:11 declares, "The Lord will guide you continually, and satisfy your desire in scorched places, and make your bones strong." Do you feel that? That gentle heat in your stomach as you read this? It's not imagination, it's activation. Science calls it neuroplasticity, but heaven calls it renewal. The mind can reshape the body, and the spirit can rewrite the very code of your cells. Just as light bends to the laws of resonance, your faith bends the structure of matter. When you speak healing aloud, your DNA listens. When you release forgiveness, inflammation subsides. That's why Jesus told the woman with the issue of blood, "Your faith has made you well." Mark 5:34. Because healing begins not at the symptom, but at the sound, the vibration of belief meeting divine will. A woman once wrote to me, a nurse named Clara from Ohio, who said she had battled chronic fatigue for years. Doctors couldn't find the cause, But one night, she said she felt God tell her, "Stop feeding your pain." She changed her rhythm, prayed before meals, forgave before sleep, and spoke life over her body daily. Within weeks, her symptoms faded. She said, "It wasn't medicine that healed me. It was remembering who made me." Her story echoes a truth we forget. Healing begins where remembrance returns. Nature reflects the same law. When a forest burns, its ashes become fertilizer for renewal. When a river floods, it reshapes valleys for future abundance. So too, your suffering has not been wasted. It's preparing new space for divine strength to grow. As Romans 8:28 promise, all things work together for good for those who love God. What felt like collapse was actually calibration. But beware the subtle enemy of numbness, the pharaoh of your body, who enslaves you to cycles of "I'm fine." He feeds on your silence, on your acceptance of mediocrity in health and spirit alike. Pharaoh once hardened his heart against God's command to release his people, and his stubbornness brought devastation to his land. Likewise, refusing to listen to your body's cries can invite storms that could have been prevented. Are you ready to release what's been enslaving you from within? I've learned through my own journey that ignoring pain only delays transformation. My body once whispered too through sleepless nights and trembling hands until I finally knelt and said, "Speak, Lord." The healing didn't come instantly. It came in layers, first in awareness, then in surrender, then in discipline. Healing requires participation, miracle demand partnership. And now, I pass that lesson to you. Do not pray for change while resisting the habits that invite sickness. Let your lifestyle become worship. As 3 John 1-2 proclaims, "Beloved, I pray that you may prosper in all things and be in health, just as your soul prospers." This is not just about medicine or diet. It's about alignment, body, mind, and spirit resonating in the same divine frequency. Heaven is not distant. It is encoded within your cells, waiting for your agreement. So today, rise and respond. Speak life to your body. Say aloud, "My body is not my enemy, it is my ally in divine purpose." Share this revelation so others might awaken too. Comment your story, your healing, your moment of awakening. And if this message stirred something in your spirit, like it, share it. Subscribe not for numbers, but to keep the flame alive. To every soul who has prayed, given, supported, or simply listened, thank you. Your faith sustains this ministry of light. Now, may the peace of the Lord settle over your home. May your breath steady, your heart align with divine rhythm, your body awaken to its original design. May His healing fire flow through every cell until fatigue turns to strength, inflammation to renewal, and confusion to clarity. You are not broken, you are being rebuilt. You are not sick, you are being sanctified. Rise, chosen one, for heaven has spoken over your body tonight. Right now, heaven bends near to speak into the hidden corridors of your body, the place where chemistry and destiny intersect. There is something stirring inside you, not visible to the naked eye yet, as real as your pulse, subtle hormonal shifts, small but significant, altering your appetite, your emotions, your rhythms. I have watched as your patience has thinned like the last thread of a garment, your mood swinging like a door in a storm. your reactions sharp as glass. This is not your true self. This is the voice of imbalance, calling for attention. Remember Psalm 103:3. He forgives all your sins and heals all your diseases. That promise still lives inside your cells. Can you feel your own body's quiet plea for restoration beneath the noise of daily survival? This imbalance is not a mark of failure. It is your body trying to compensate for years of unseen stress, trying to protect you when the world pressed too hard. Yet protection can become prison when it lingers. Have you noticed how your hunger has changed? How fatigue wraps around your afternoons like a shadow? How irritability sneaks into conversations you never meant to break? The same God who designed galaxies with precision also designed the adrenal glands, the hormones, the cycles of restoration. As Ecclesiastes 3:1 there is a time for everything, and a season for every activity under the heavens. This is your season of recalibration, not condemnation. Inside, the architecture of your being, muscles like arches, blood like flowing streams, hormones like invisible frequencies, God's design hums with divine order. But prolonged stress shakes that order, like an earthquake disrupts a cathedral. Have you ever watched a great bridge sway under too much load? That is what has been happening inside you. Your adrenal glands have been under pressure, pumping to keep you moving forward. Your body has tried to adapt, to stay strong, to hold its ground, but now it is tired. And I see it. As Matthew 11:28 says, "Come to me, all you who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest." This is not weakness. This is heaven calling you back to its rhythm. I recall a story from a midwife named Helena in rural Spain, who wrote to me about her exhaustion after years of night shifts. She said she felt like a candle burning at both ends, yet two needed to stop. One day, she heard an old hymn, "Breathe on me, breath of God," and began to sing it nightly as she closed her eyes. Over weeks, her sleep deepened, her hormones rebalanced, and her patience returned. Her story isn't fantasy, it's a testimony. Healing began when she aligned her rhythm with heaven's breath. Could it be that your restoration will start the same way, through a small, sacred habit of surrender? Nature speaks the same lesson. A forest renews itself after a storm. A river clears its silt after a flood. When the earth is overwhelmed, it pauses to restore equilibrium. Should not your body, a living temple, also pause? 1 Corinthians 6:19 reminds, "Do you not know that your bodies are temples of the Holy Spirit?" Yet the enemy of your health, this culture of relentless push, whispers that rest is laziness and self-care is weakness. It is the Pharaoh of your generation, demanding more bricks with less straw, keeping you enslaved to exhaustion. Pharaoh's refusal to let God's people rest brought devastation to his land. Refusing your body's need for rest invites storms you were never meant to endure. Are you willing to break that cycle? I have walked this road myself. My body once whispered, then cried, then collapsed. I learned that prayer without participation delays healing. The God who restores also instructs. That is why Isaiah 40:31 says, "They who wait on the Lord shall renew their strength. They shall mount up with wings like eagles." But waiting there is not passive. It is active alignment. It is pausing, hydrating, nourishing, breathing, forgiving. It is speaking life over your endocrine system, inviting the spirit to reset your circadian rhythm as surely as sunrise resets the sky. Now I speak directly into your body as you read this. I speak renewal over your adrenal system, balance over your estrogen and progesterone, restoration over your insulin and cortisol. Ignite divine rhythm inside your cells. Command sluggishness to depart, and speak peace to inflammation. As 3 John 1-2 proclaims, Beloved, I pray that you may prosper in all things and be in health, just as your soul prospers. You were not made to live dulled and weary. You were made to be a vessel of light and energy, reflecting heaven's vitality on earth. Here is the lesson my own journey taught me. Your body is not your enemy, it is your ally in purpose. When you listen with humility, you can partner with the Spirit in your healing. Today, I ask you to take one step of participation. Speak aloud now. I receive alignment. I will get some rest. I receive renewal. Share this message with someone else, not for numbers, but to multiply healing. Comment with your own story or your prayer for restoration so others can join you. Let this channel be not just content, but a movement of awakened bodies and souls. And now, may the Lord surround you like a shield. May His breath fill your lungs with calm. May your hormones flow in holy harmony. May your thoughts grow clear. Your patience return. Your energy rise like dawn. You are not broken, you are being rebuilt. Rise. Chosen, one heaven, waited until today to show you this. Step into your healing. I care for every detail of you, the parts you celebrate and the parts you hide, the public smiles and the private tears. I care for the cells quietly repairing under your skin, for the organs working in silence to keep you alive, for the unseen rhythms that sustain you through the night. Do not fear what the world calls decline, for I am not limited by your age, your genes, or your history. I am not bound by diagnosis nor swayed by statistics, because Jeremiah 30:17 declares, For I will restore health to you, and your wounds I will heal. What doctors measure and what symptoms suggest are only shadows of the deeper reality, mere echoes of a truth already being rewritten. I trace every nerve impulse, every spark of energy, every biochemical signal with the precision of a master architect aligning a cathedral's arches. And I breathe life into those arches until they stand again. Even when you cannot name the imbalance, I see the root of what has gone astray, and I reach there with my hand, reshaping it with a care so exact that angels lean close in wonder. Have you noticed how discomfort has slowly stolen your confidence? How meals once joyful have become quiet battles? And how you have begun to withdraw subtly, adjusting plans to avoid embarrassment, hiding the ache like a secret no one else should carry. Yet Psalm 139:3 reminds, You discern my going out and my lying down. You are familiar with all my ways. I am not only aware of your pain, I am already acting in it, already whispering instruction through your symptoms. When toxins accumulate in your bloodstream, when your gut lining grows fragile, when your elimination grows sluggish, I am not passive. I am intervening in ways you cannot yet see. My healing is not random. It is precise. It is timely. And it is here, moving like light beneath the surface. What feels like weariness is in fact the alarm bell of your temple, calling you back to alignment before harm can take root. Your digestive system is like fertile soil. When it's healthy, life flourishes. When it's disrupted, weeds of inflammation grow unchecked, draining vitality from everything else. But weeds cannot outlast the gardener. just as the Jordan parted before Joshua, making a way where there was none. Joshua 3:17. I am parting the obstruction in your gut, strengthening its lining, calling your immune system to rise and stand watch. Have you wondered why your body has been speaking louder lately? Why minor discomfort now feels like a shout? This is your temple's alarm bell. Not to frighten you, but to invite you back to alignment. To remind you that you were built for flow, not stagnation. Like a river whose current has slowed and gathered silt, your systems are being dredged and cleared by my hand. I recall a humble baker named Tomas in Lisbon who wrote to me, years of stress left him with ulcers and exhaustion until his prayers felt like crumbs scattered on an empty table. He began praying over every loaf he needed. Whispering Psalm 107-20, he sent out his word and healed them. He rescued them from the grave. Within months, his digestion improved, his anxiety lifted, and his hope returned. He said, "It was not only medicine, but remembering God cared about my stomach as much as my soul." His testimony stands as a living parable for you. Healing begins when remembrance returns, when your daily acts become altars. What would change for you if you blessed your own body as Thomas blessed his bread? What if each meal became a moment of communion, each breath an agreement with life? Nature preaches the same sermon. A coral reef bleached by stress can recover its colors when the waters are cleansed. A river clogged with silt clears when its current is restored. Your gut, your hormones, in your nervous system, they are living waters designed to flow with that same resilience. Yet the enemy of your vitality, numbness, seeks to make you accept sluggishness as normal. It is the Pharaoh of your health, demanding you live in cycles of exhaustion and shame. Pharaoh's refusal to release God's people brought devastation to Egypt. Refusing to release unhealthy patterns invites storms into your own body. Will you let this Pharaoh rule you? Or will you rise and walk out, carrying nothing but your freedom? Exodus 15:26 whispers, I am the Lord who heals you. The conference, a crime now in naught. I have learned in my own journey that ignoring pain only postpones transformation. My body once whispered through sleepless nights and clenched fists until I finally surrendered. Healing began in layers. First awareness, then surrender, then discipline. These were not quick fixes, but seeds planted in faith, watered with patience. Will you speak life into your body today? Will you dare to declare restoration even while symptoms linger? Trusting the process as you trust the promise. These are not empty words, they are seeds that reprogram your cells. Just as spoken blessing shaped creation in Genesis. Now I act. I am removing toxins from your bloodstream. I am strengthening your gut lining, commanding your immune system to rise. I am correcting what has misfired, reviving what has been dormant. A flow of vitality is beginning again, like spring thaw breaking a frozen river, like wind filling sails left slack for too long. What has felt sluggish will soon feel strong, because Isaiah 19:2 promises, He gives power to the faint, and to him who has no might, He increases strength. This is not a metaphor, it is a movement happening inside you now. Here is the lesson my own journey taught me. Your body is not too small for God's concern. Your stomach, your nerves, your hormones, they matter. Share this revelation with someone else. Write in the comments what God is healing in you. Like, share, subscribe, not for numbers, but to multiply this awakening. Let this message become a wave of embodied faith across the earth. Each testimony, another stone in a rising altar of hope. And now, may the Lord breathe new strength into you. May your gut flow like a clear river. Your cells sing like a restored cathedral. Your energy rise like the morning sun. You are not broken, you are being rebuilt. You are not forgotten, you are being fortified. Rise. Chosen one, step into your healing now. Walk into your days with the quiet authority of someone who knows their body is a temple and their temple is being renewed. This is your moment. This is revival. This is the serious alert turned into sacred alignment. What has felt unstable is about to become steady, your inner landscape shifting like a trembling bridge, settling back onto its pillars. But trust is the currency of this transformation. Do not rush the process or despise its pace. Healing is not always instant. Sometimes it flows like a lightning strike of a word, and sometimes it unfolds like dawn rising over the horizon. Cell by cell, habit by habit. In both, I am present. In both, I am working. Philippians 1:6 declares, He who began a good work in you will carry it on to completion. This is not delay, this is design. Do not fear the appointments you've avoided, the tests you've postponed, the labs you have ignored. Have you wondered why I nudge you toward counsel? Why certain names come to your mind at just the right time? That's not chance, that's guidance. I have given skill to doctors and discernment to you. Both are gifts of grace. Yet above all, keep your ears open to my voice. For Isaiah 30:21 says, Your ears shall hear a word behind you, saying, This is the way, walk in it. Does your heart not long for clarity? For the assurance that you are not walking blind into this season? I will be your light in this corridor. There is a shift coming not only in your symptoms, but in your systems. You will begin to crave what is good, as if a tuning fork of heaven were striking your instincts, bringing your appetites into resonance with life. Your body will start to reject what harms it, like a coral reef expelling toxins to restore its color. Have you noticed your tastes changing? Your spirit whispering no, where once it said yes, that is my doing. Psalm 34:8 urges, Taste and see that the Lord is good. I am rewiring your instincts, not just your intentions. I remember a factory worker named Eliseo from the Philippines who shared his story with me. Years of night shifts left him addicted to processed snacks and energy drinks. When he began praying before meals and reading John 6:35, I am the bread of life. Whoever comes to me shall not hunger, he said. His cravings began to change. Within months, his body turned from artificial food to living food, and his mood stabilized. His story is not legend, it's a living blueprint of what is possible for you. Nature sings the same pattern. A river clogged with silt will cleanse itself when its flow is restored. A vineyard pruned harshly will yield sweeter fruit. So too, your nervous system and hormones once clogged with stress will flow freely when I prune away what drains you. Yet beware the subtle enemy of resignation, the voice that says, this is just how it is now. That voice is the Pharaoh of your body, keeping you enslaved to cycles of imbalance. Pharaoh hardened his heart and refused to release Israel, bringing plagues upon his land. If you hold tightly to habits, I am calling you to release. Storms follow. Will you let this Pharaoh rule you? Or will you step into freedom? I speak now to your mind, fog, to your weight of weariness, to your cellular memory of stress. Jeremiah 3:3-9 says, I will bring health and healing to it. I will heal my people, and let them enjoy abundant peace and security. I am removing the fog. I am lifting the weight. I am restoring what was depleted. I am reversing what the enemy planted in secret, what he hoped would grow into disease. I am uprooting every lie that whispers, "This is permanent." No, child, this is not permanent. This is preparation. Here is the lesson my own journey taught me. Healing is not just a miracle you receive, it's a rhythm you enter. My own body once staggered under stress until I began to pray with my actions as well as my words, hydrating, sleeping, forgiving, moving. Slowly the fog lifted. This is why Romans 12:1 calls us to present our bodies as living sacrifices, because how we live becomes an altar of restoration. Will you join me in that rhythm now? Speak aloud these words. I receive the rewiring of my instincts. I receive discipline and joy. I receive peace where confusion reigned. Share your story in the comments so others might find courage. Like, share, subscribe, not for numbers, but to multiply the signal of healing. When you do, you echo what heaven is already declaring over your body. And now, may your cravings align with life, your cells hum with divine frequency, your mind clear like a sky after rain. May you rise from this moment steadied, strengthened, restored. You are not broken, you are being rebuilt. Rise. Chosen one. Heaven waited until now to show you this. This is not how your story ends. It cannot, and it will not. You will not live forever in the shadow of chronic illness like a tree choked by ivy. You will not be bound to prescriptions for life like a prisoner chained to a routine. You will not wither before your time as a field left barren before harvest. I have declared life over you, not death. Psalm 118:17 says, "You shall not die, but live, and declare the works of the Lord." My word is final. My word is living. My word is the architecture of your healing. It moves through you now, reshaping what has been distorted, realigning what has drifted from divine geometry. My breath is on your organs, and they will respond. Your pancreas will function as it should. Your thyroid will stabilize like a compass resetting to true north. Your kidneys will flush without strain, like rivers clearing after a storm. Your reproductive system will come into divine balance, cycles harmonizing like symphonies, tuning before a concert. I am softening scar tissue and releasing what was stuck, unlocking cellular memories of pain. Jeremiah 33:6 declares, I will bring health and healing to it. I will heal my people and let them enjoy abundant peace and security. Can you feel the shift beginning? The subtle heat in your core, the quiet joy rising before the evidence. This is my mercy. Child, this is my compassion toward you. Do not despair if you do not feel it all at once. Some healing is deep, and deep healing takes time, like a glacier receding to reveal fertile ground. Have you noticed how hope flickers when symptoms linger? Have you wondered why your spirit is restless, waiting for proof while I'm already at work? Yet Habakkuk 2-3 assures, though the vision tarry, wait for it, it will surely come. It will not delay. The pain will lessen. The peace will grow. The symptoms will lose their grip. And your strength will return not just in body, but in spirit. For you will rise each day with hope. You will no longer fear what the day will bring. You will no longer brace yourself for disappointment as if entering a battlefield. Instead, you will expect goodness, Anticipate healing. Partner with me in faith and action. Isaiah 19:9 promises, "They who wait for the Lord shall renew their strength. They shall mount up with wings like eagles." Do you feel your wings stirring? Your instincts longing for flight? You will not see your body as a burden, but as a vessel of glory. You will not curse your reflection, but bless the temple I have given you. In that honoring, greater healing unfolds. I remember a teacher named Magda from rural Poland who battled autoimmune fatigue. She began blessing her body every morning, whispering over her reflection, 3 John 1-2, "Beloved, I pray that you may prosper in all things and be in health, just as your soul prospers." Within months, her flare-ups decreased. It wasn't magic, she wrote. It was partnership. Her story is a testimony waiting to echo in your life. Will you, too, begin to speak life over what feels lifeless? Nature reflects this same law. After fire, forests sprout new life from blackened soil. After winter, rivers swell with meltwater, carving new valleys. Your healing, too, will break forth like a spring thaw. Yet beware the subtle enemy, the narrative of decline. It is the Pharaoh of your health, keeping you enslaved to, "This is just how it is." Pharaoh hardened his heart and refused to release Israel, bringing plagues upon Egypt. If you harden your heart to change, storms will gather. Will you choose freedom or remain in a desert you were never meant to die in? I have filled the earth with answers, plants, minerals, practices that carry healing. My creation is my medicine chest. You will discover it piece by piece, guided by my spirit. This is why I say, walk with me, breathe with me. Psalm 32:8 says, "I will instruct you and teach you in the way you should go. I will counsel you with my loving eye on you." This is not just a month on your calendar. This is a divine appointment. This is revival written into your very being. Here is the lesson my own journey taught me. Stewardship precedes breakthrough. When I began blessing my body instead of resenting it, my health shifted. When I started aligning my rhythms with his sleep, nourishment, movement, forgiveness, healing flowed. Today, I extend that lesson to you. Speak kindly to yourself. Declare life over what feels lifeless. Prophesy strength over what feels weak. This is the authority I've given you. Rise now. Say aloud, "My body is a temple of glory. My health is rising. My healing is here." Share this message. Comment your story. Subscribe, not for numbers, but to multiply this awakening. And may the Lord breathe new vitality into your cells. May your organs sing like instruments retuned. May your mornings rise like a symphony of hope. You are not broken, you are being rebuilt. You are not forgotten, you are being fortified. Step into this moment. Chosen one. Heaven waited until now to touch you. This is the moment when the hidden blueprint of renewal begins to unfold inside you. The very moment your heart has quietly longed for and your body has silently cried out to receive. This revival of your body and soul is not a distant mirage shimmering beyond reach. It is a certainty already stirring under your skin, manifesting here and now, even in those dry places where you once believed life had passed you by. Isaiah 43:19 whispers, "Behold, I am doing a new thing, now it springs forth. Do you not perceive it?" How many nights have you dismissed your weariness as just age? How many mornings have you accepted aches as inevitable, and yet right here. Your Creator stands declaring a reversal. Your body does not simply need a break, it needs revival. Because it has been carrying more than physical strain, it has borne the gravitational weight of years, of silent battles, of dreams deferred, like soil compacted after storms. Your muscles have learned to hold tension, your bones to brace, your breath to shorten. This weariness does not announce itself with fanfare, but creeps in subtle, persistent, heavy, as a vine strangling a tree from the inside. Have you realized how much of your vitality you've bartered away to survive rather than thrive? Psalm 103:5 says, "He satisfies your years with good things so that your youth is renewed like the eagle." This was never meant to be your decline story. It's the prelude to your rising. You have adjusted, adapted, accommodated the slow drift. You've whispered to yourself, "This is just part of growing older." But I say to you, no. This is not how I designed you to live. Your muscles were crafted for strength like cables anchoring a cathedral dome. Your bones were formed to stand tall like pillars holding heaven's architecture. Your breath was given to be deep, unhindered, resonant like a pipe organ filling a sanctuary. Genesis 2:7 reminds us that God breathed into man's nostrils the breath of life. And that same breath is flowing back into you now. Have you felt it yet? The subtle tingle of oxygen. The lifting of a fog you thought permanent? There has been misalignment. Yes, but alignment is returning. I see not only the strain, but the purpose etched into your frame. I carved destiny into every fiber of your being. You are not here by accident. Your body was shaped to be the vessel of my spirit, a living sanctuary where miracles dwell. And now I am calling it back into order, not merely to function, but to flourish. Romans 8:11 proclaim, "He who raised Christ Jesus from the dead will also give life to your mortal bodies." Could it be that this is that moment, that breath, that life entering your cells again? I see the organs that labor in silence, the tightness in your chest that has no medical name, the stiffness in your joints no scan can explain. I see your blood flowing with less ease, inflammation lying hidden in soft tissue, your body fighting within itself like a kingdom divided. Yet, just as Jesus spoke to the storm, "Peace, be still," Mark 4:39, I am speaking to the chaos inside you now. Will you allow this stillness to enter, to push back the noise of worry, to soften your clenched survival? Nature mirrors your healing. After a wildfire, the forest floor births rare flowers unseen for decades. After the tide retreats, new ecosystems emerge in tidal pools. Your cells, too, are regenerating under the ashes. But beware the hidden adversary, the Pharaoh of resignation. Like Pharaoh refusing to release Israel, it tells you this is just the way it is. If unchallenged, it enslaves you to inertia, feeding decline. Will you walk out of Egypt or remain where plagues gather? Freedom requires a step. Healing requires consent. Revival begins with agreement. I breathe oxygen to your cells. I command your blood to flow with strength like a river breaking through a dam. I breathe into your lungs again the breath that raised Christ from the grave. I speak to your heart, not only the organ that beats, but the center of your being. Be still and know that I am God. Psalm 46:10. You will not decay. You will be renewed. Your hands will grow strong again. Your legs will carry you without trembling. Your neck will turn without pain. I do not patch what is broken. I make all things new. I recall a mason named Elias from Lisbon who restored cathedrals for decades. His own back began to fail, yet he whispered every morning over his spine, "You will not crumble, you are a living stone." Within months his posture straightened, his pain eased. He wrote, "My body heard what my spirit sang." His story is your invitation. Will you sing over your own frame now? This is your turning point. Chosen one, share your story. Comment below what part of your body or soul you're ready to see revived. Subscribe, not for numbers, but to amplify this sound of awakening. Rise. Say aloud, "I receive the breath of revival." Your body has been a battleground, but it will become a sanctuary. You fought to keep going, now you will flourish. You poured yourself out when your vessel was cracked, now it will overflow. Heaven waited for this moment. Step into it. I have not only seen your faithfulness, I have measured its resonance like a hidden frequency vibrating through the architecture of your life. I have seen how you kept believing while limping, how you continued pouring love into others while your own soul still bled unseen. Your endurance has been like a cathedral under restoration, scaffolding outside. Hidden cracks inside, yet still standing, still offering sanctuary. Hebrews 6:10 declares, God is not unjust. He will not forget your work and the love you have shown him. Have you felt how that promise clings to you in the quiet hours? Have you noticed the unseen hand steadying you when the weight felt unbearable? But I did not create you to live forever in recovery mode. I made you for wholeness, for balance, for a rhythm where restoration is not just a weekend retreat, but a permanent state of being. In this very month, I am sending winds of revival into your very bones, currents like solar flares, releasing energy into cells you thought were dormant. This is not a random breeze, it's a precise movement of my hand. Ezekiel 37:5 echoes here, I will make breath enter you, and you will come to life. Could it be that these ancient words are now breathing through your marrow? The marrow will receive new life. The places you thought were permanently weakened will astonish you. You will wake up with clarity, move with ease, sense energy where exhaustion once nested like a dark bird, like a cracked bell suddenly ringing true. Your body will harmonize with its original blueprint. This is not wishful thinking. This is a recalibration of the divine architecture within you. How long have you longed to feel your body rise to meet your destiny instead of lag behind it? Yet revival cannot be only for the body. The soul cries louder still. I have heard the wilderness under your skin, the desert winds sweeping through your inner world. You have smiled while breaking inside, been present in rooms while absent in spirit. Your laughter has been a rehearsed melody covering a dissonant chord of sorrow. Psalm 34:18 whispers, The Lord is close to the brokenhearted and saves those who are crushed in spirit. Have you sensed that closeness even when your heart trembled? Have you wondered why your own smile felt heavier than your tears? I see what others miss, the quiet grief, the longing, the ache you have not been able to name. Hope dimmed, not because you stopped believing, but because believing has cost you dearly. Like Ruth gleaning in foreign fields, Ruth 2:2, you've kept showing up with empty hands, trusting for scraps of grace. But now, I say to you, your soul will be revived. The places where passion has withered will ignite again like embers under breath. The dreams you buried to make room for responsibility, I remember them, I will breathe on them again. Could it be that your buried visions were seeds, not tombstones? The tears you cried in secret were not forgotten. I gathered them, they were not in vain. Your sorrow was a seed. and I am growing something beautiful from the ground of your weeping. Like spring flowers breaking through frost, joy will emerge from your soil of grief. Psalm 126:5 affirms, "Those who sow with tears will reap with songs of joy." Have you prepared a space for that song yet, or will it surprise you in the middle of your daily routine? I never let pain pass through your life without redeeming it, and I am not starting now. Your soul has become weary not only from loss or disappointment, but from disconnection. You've been searching for the spark, for the nearness, for the moments when my presence once came easily. You've whispered in the night, "Have I drifted? Have I missed you?" But child, I have not moved. Like a lighthouse fixed on the cliff, I have been shining even when fog hid me from your eyes. James 4:8 says, "Draw near to God, and he will draw near to you." The distance you feel is not absence, but preparation for a new depth. Let me illustrate with a story. In a small village outside Verona, a baker named Lucia kept feeding her town during a famine while she herself grew frail. Years later, when her health broke, she wrote in her journal, "I thought I had lost my song, but it was only changing keys." In time, her strength returned, and she opened a school to teach children not just baking, but resilience. Her story mirrors yours. You have been feeding others. Now your own table will be filled. This is your turning point. Share your testimony. Comment below what part of your soul or body you're ready to see revived. Subscribe, not for numbers, but to amplify this frequency of awakening. Rise. Say aloud, "I receive the breath of revival." This is not just a message, it is a divine appointment between your weary heart and heaven's blueprint. You will wake up different. You will breathe deeper. You will carry hope like a torch. You will no longer live in survival mode, but in symphony with your original design. I have been here the whole time, closer than the pulse in your veins. Even in the long corridors of silence, where your prayers felt like they were echoing off stone walls, when numbness settled over you like winter frost, when the rhythm of your devotion felt like an empty ritual instead of intimate conversation, my nearness did not withdraw. Psalm 139:7 whispers, "Where can I go from your spirit? Where can I flee from your presence?" Have you sensed that even your wandering thoughts were still cradled in my gaze? Revival is not about earning my presence again. It is the awakening to the seismic truth that I never left. That your life has been moving within a divine architecture whose foundation stones are unshakable. I will make my presence real to you in a way no sermon, nor song, no circumstance could fabricate. This is not a mood, not an emotion, but an unveiling, like sunlight streaming through stained glass in an old cathedral. My presence colors every detail of your life, even when you only see fragments. John 14:27 speaks this over you. "Peace I leave with you, my peace I give you. I do not give to you as the world gives." Could this be the moment that ancient promise becomes your living atmosphere, where your breathing itself feels like prayer answered? You will feel me again, not as a fleeting spark, but as a steady fire. You will hear me in the stillness again, not as a distant echo, but as a whisper shaping your decisions. You will rise in the morning with joy that is not borrowed, but born from the deep aquifers of your spirit. This joy will be like a hidden spring erupting in a desert, like the breath of life entering dry bones, as in Ezekiel 37:6. I will put breath in you, and you will come to life. Has your soul grown used to surviving on crumbs when a banquet waits within? Your soul has been hungry for peace. not just for relief from busyness, but for that holy stillness that silences anxiety at its root. I see the thoughts that chase one another in your mind, like restless birds, and I am calming their flight. I see the questions that have no answers yet, and I am already weaving their resolution. I see the unfinished business in your relationships, the uncertainty in your future, and I am holding the thread so your tapestry does not unravel. Philippians 4:7 affirms this gift, and the peace of God, which transcends all understanding, will guard your hearts and your minds. Can you imagine that guard standing at the gate of your thoughts, steady as a fortress? Let me show you through a life no one has spoken of here before. In a small port city, a violin maker named Matteo once played hymns on an unfinished instrument in his workshop every night, believing God would use his music to heal souls, though no audience came. Years later, when his health faltered, a traveler found one of his violins and played it in a church where a revival began. Matteo wrote in his journal, "The silence was not absence, it was tuning." This is your tuning season. The notes you have not yet heard are about to rise. And as in Isaiah 30:15, in returning and rest you shall be saved. In quietness and trust shall be your strength. My peace does not depend on outcomes, but flows like a steady river from my heart into yours. This peace is not fragile like glass, but weighty like an anchor, calming the storms not just around you, but within you. Have you prepared your inner room for that kind of arrival? Have you made space for silence to become a symphony? Even the great hymn, Stella Matutina, hidden in the archives of a French monastery, speaks of this moment, when night is longest. The dawn already stirs. You have been walking through long nights, but dawn has been stirring all along. Your mind will no longer be a battlefield without boundaries. Your emotions will no longer swing like doors without hinges. My presence is the hinge, the frame, the resonance that brings your inner architecture back into alignment. Child, this is the hour to rise from the floor of worry and lift your hands. Speak out loud, "I receive your peace." Share below how you have felt this hunger, and testify when the calm arrives. Subscribe to stand with others whose souls are awakening, not for numbers, but to strengthen the chorus. You are not a bystander in your own revival. You are its living sanctuary. Step into this moment. Stand, breathe, and know that I am God. This is revival. Not a slogan, but a living current moving through the hidden chambers of your soul. This is what your heart has waited for in silence, what your inner world has yearned for like dry soil waiting for rain. You have wrestled with your own reflection, judged yourself through cracked mirrors of failure, shame, and unworthiness. Like the Israelites in Exodus 1:14, they made their lives bitter with hard labor. You have labored under the weight of past mistakes that painted your identity with colors not chosen by me. Have you noticed how the opinions of others have grown louder than my truth, draining you like a river losing its source, but no more? The night of self-accusation is ending. The dawn of self-recognition is rising. This month, I am silencing the voices of accusation, the way Zechariah 3:2 records the Lord rebuking the accuser. I am drowning out the echoes of comparison that have chained your joy. I am removing the distorted filters through which you've seen yourself, one by one, like old veils falling from stained glass windows, so the light can pour in unfiltered. Could it be that you will finally see yourself as I see you, holy, dearly loved, chosen, redeemed? You will stop apologizing for your existence. You will no longer strive to be enough by human measure, because you will discover the resonance of completeness already written into your being. As Colossians 2:10 declares, in Christ you have been brought to fullness. Isn't it time for your soul to breathe fully? Freely, your soul will find healing in this revelation and begin to inhale joy as naturally as air. There is a joy coming you thought was lost, a freedom rising you thought belonged only to others. You will dance again, not as performance but as overflow. You will laugh without weight behind it. You will worship without reservation like David in 2 Samuel 6:14, dancing before the Lord with all his might. Can you imagine the relief of that unfiltered worship, where your movements become prayer and your tears become praise? You will not need permission to feel whole. Wholeness will be your atmosphere. I am granting you access into a deeper place of encounter with me. This will not be emotional hype. It will be authentic, sacred, sometimes quiet but heavy with glory, like the hush before a symphony begins, or the still air just before the rain breaks. And your soul will feast. The dry places will bloom again, just as Isaiah 35:1 promises. The desert and the parched land will be glad, the wilderness will rejoice and blossom. Have you noticed how your heart's cracked ground is already softening under my rain? You will not just recover, you will overflow. Your body and your soul are not separate concerns to me. I see them both as one integrated creation. When your soul grieves, your body responds. When your body is worn, your soul groans. That is why I bring revival to the whole of you. You were not meant to walk through life fragmented, functioning in pieces. I made you whole. I made you for wholeness. And now I am returning you to that design. This month is the turning point, not next season. Now, as Psalm 23:3 says, He restores my soul. He guides me in paths of righteousness for His name's sake. Could this be the moment your restoration begins to echo in your cells as well as your thoughts? Even a story from a woman few have heard of, Leora, a sculptor in a small coastal town, reveals this. She once carved broken shells into mosaics while battling chronic illness, praying that her art would speak life to others. When healing came slowly, she wrote in her journal, God's restoration was chiseling me even as I chiseled stone. This is your chisel moment. The breaking is forming something intricate, something enduring. And as the old hymn, Vox Animae, hidden in a forgotten monastery, sings, what was silent now resounds, what was fractured now aligns. So your inner symphony is coming into tune. The accuser, the real villain behind your shame, hoped to keep you bowed under the weight of comparison, to let his whisper grow into a narrative of despair. But I expose that strategy now and render it powerless. His outcome is always fragmentation. My outcome is always integration. Child, stand up from the ashes of self-condemnation. Speak aloud. I receive this revival. Comment below with the number 77 as a prophetic sign that you are stepping into completion. Share your story of how these words meet you, because your testimony will light the way for someone else's freedom. Subscribe to join this rising movement of awakened souls, not for numbers, but for resonance. You are not merely hearing a message. You are standing in a moment of recreation. This is not hype. This is heaven. Rise, walk, live whole. Not some vague time in the distant future, but this very month, this small stretch of days that heaven has already circled on its eternal calendar. I have heard the rhythm of your prayers, the pulse of your waiting heart vibrating in unseen dimensions. I have seen your patience in secret places where no applause reached. Your surrender whispered through clenched teeth when no one understood your faith. I honor that. As Habakkuk 2:3 declares, the vision awaits its appointed time, though it lingers. Wait for it, it will surely come. I am not late. I am precise, like the divine clockwork that governs galaxies. In these weeks, I am recalibrating the frequency of your being spirit, soul, and body until every layer of you begins to hum in harmony with heaven's resonance. And as light bends to gravity, so too will circumstances bend toward your obedience. The things that resisted you will start yielding. Doors that felt sealed will vibrate with readiness. This is the moment when divine timing and human endurance finally intersect. The habits that chained you to cycles of defeat are being broken even now. Like the walls of Jericho that fell with a single shout in Joshua 6:20. The strongholds you normalized are collapsing. The ruts that dulled your creativity are dissolving beneath your feet as I reroute your mind toward newness. The regrets that haunted your nights will soon be replaced by dreams that carry messages of destiny. Have you noticed how grief and glory often share the same space? In the soil where disappointment buried your confidence, I am planting divine resilience. Like Paul and Silas in Acts 16:26, who sang in the dark until their chains rattled loose. Your worship in exhaustion has summoned liberation. The frost of despair is melting beneath the sunrise of my breath, and what once froze will now flow again. There will be days this month when you feel the shift tangibly subtle yet undeniable. Your breath will come easier, as though peace itself is oxygen. Your sleep will sink deeper, restoring the forgotten corridors of your rest. Your thoughts will find clarity like sunlight filtering through storm clouds. Psalm 46:10 whispers, "Be still and know that I am God." And in that stillness, healing begins. Have you felt the quiet between heartbeats lately? That is where I am building your wholeness. There will be healing. You sense instantly pain easing, breath deepening and healing that unfolds in silence until one ordinary morning, you realize what is no longer there: the fatigue, the ache, the fear. Do not measure progress by feelings. Measure it by the peace that now lingers longer than anxiety ever did. For peace is the first pulse of revival. Freedom will reveal itself in decisions that seem small but carry eternal weight. You will say no to what once enslaved you. As Joseph turned from temptation in Genesis 39:9, choosing destiny over comfort, you will say yes to rest, to boundaries, to moments of laughter you once rushed past. You will walk lighter, as if gravity lost its claim on your spirit. You will speak to yourself with tenderness, honoring your humanity as part of my creation. The wilderness taught you survival, but now I am teaching you softness. Proverbs 18:21 reminds, "Death and life are in the power of the tongue, and as you bless your own being, your body will respond with vitality. Joy will not come as a guest, it will take up residence within you." Do not despise the gentle rhythm of transformation. Revival is not always thunder. Sometimes it is the quiet rewiring of neurons, the subtle returning of your breath to divine tempo. Nature knows this: seeds do not bloom through noise, but through patient surrender to unseen roots. This month, divine appointments will cross your path, like constellations aligning after centuries of distance. People will confirm what I'm whispering now: ordinary faces, unexpected conversations, subtle gestures carrying eternal weight. Do not label them coincidences. I am orchestrating every interaction like a conductor leading a hidden symphony. Psalm 37:23 says, "The steps of a righteous man are ordered by the Lord." Be alert. The stranger's kindness. The song that plays at the right moment. The invitation that stirs your spirit, all of them are notes in heaven's composition. There was once a man named Daniel Ruiz, a night shift bus driver in a small city, who prayed silently for every passenger he drove. He didn't see miracles at first, but over time, families reunited, addicts found sobriety, and entire neighborhoods changed. He thought he was just staying awake, but heaven was staying faithful. You too are part of something you cannot yet see. Heaven builds its architecture, one quiet act at a time. And as the sacred hymn Cantus Cordis proclaims, "What mercy builds, no storm can undo." So too will my orchestration in your life withstand the trembling of the world. Know this, revival is not a trophy for good behavior. It is not heaven's applause for your striving. It is the overflow of my mercy. You do not earn the sunrise, it simply rises because I love you. As Isaiah 43:1 declares, "Fear not, for I have redeemed you, I have called you by name, you are mine." Let that truth sink deeper than your scars. Let it reprogram your worth until shame finds no echo left. You are not being fixed. You are being reformed, rebuilt according to my original blueprint, before the world told you who you weren't. This is why I am reviving you, not because you were perfect, but because you were chosen. Not because you performed, but because you belong. Like a master restorer brushing dust from a centuries-old painting, I am unveiling your true colors again. Child, stand now from the rubble of your doubt. Breathe in this moment, it carries eternity in its lungs. Speak it aloud. I receive this month of precise revival. Share this message, not for algorithmic reach, but for spiritual resonance. Comment 77 as a declaration that your cycle of renewal has begun. Subscribe to this movement of awakening not as an audience, but as a witness to God's unfolding glory. For when one chosen soul rises, frequencies shift across nations. You are not merely watching a message, you are part of heaven's architecture under construction. Rise, child. Walk in the fullness of breath, in the rhythm of faith, in the beauty of restoration. For I am the God who revives, and your time is now. This is where heaven's message lands, not as a warning to frighten you, but as a reminder that God still cares enough to interrupt your silence. When your body speaks through pain, fatigue, or imbalance, it isn't betrayal, it's communication. It's heaven whispering through your biology, saying, "You have carried too much, too long." Your symptoms were never the enemy, they were the signal fire, the alarm sounding from within the temple of your flesh. And tonight, that alarm has been answered. God has issued this alert, not because he is angry, but because he is merciful. He is the architect of your chemistry, the composer of your heartbeat, the engineer of every cell. When he says, "Be still and know that I am God," Psalm 46:10, it is not a command to do nothing, it is a command to trust the process of restoration. What you feel stirring in your body right now, whether heat, release, or peace, is not imagination. It is heaven touching earth through you. It is the divine circuitry of your being reconnected to its original source. Have you ever noticed how creation itself heals through rhythm? Oceans retreat and return, Forests shed and renew. Even the stars pulse in intervals of light. Your body is not broken, it is simply out of sync with the rhythm of divine order. And tonight, that rhythm is being restored. The tension in your chest is releasing. The fog in your mind is lifting. What felt like chaos is beginning to move in divine symmetry. God is not repairing you halfway, He is rebuilding you completely. And yet, this healing is not just about biology, it's about alignment. He is not only cleansing your organs, He is rewiring your thinking. As Romans 12:2 says, "Be transformed by the renewing of your mind." You cannot be made whole on the outside while still agreeing with brokenness on the inside. This is the moment to release the inner war, to forgive yourself, to forgive the body that has carried you through storms, to bless the same frame that once bore the weight of your fears. Every breath is a covenant. Every heartbeat is proof that God still sees purpose in your existence. There are seasons when healing feels slow, almost hidden. But remember, Jesus healed 10 lepers, and only one returned with gratitude. Luke 17:15-19. Gratitude completes what faith begins. So, don't rush this process. Instead, honor it. Thank your body for listening. Thank heaven for intervening. Thank the Spirit for still speaking. Even when your mind was too tired to pray, you have not missed your moment, you have been preserved for it. And for those who have supported this channel, whether through super thanks, prayers, comments, or simple presence, know this: your engagement is not just algorithmic, it is spiritual agreement. You have helped carry this message into the lives of others who needed to hear it at their breaking point. Every like, every share, every amen in the comments is a small act of ministry, a digital echo of faith rippling across nations. You are part of a divine network. Heaven is building brick by unseen brick, connection by sacred connection. If this message has stirred something in your spirit, declare it. Comment 777 below as a sign that you are awake to the call, that your body and soul are answering heaven's alignment. Share this video with someone who has been quietly fighting their own unseen battle. Subscribe to this channel not as an audience, but as a participant in what God is doing in this generation. You are not watching content, you are stepping into covenant. Before we close, let me speak this blessing over you. May your body become a sanctuary of peace, every cell remembering who made it. May your mind quiet enough to hear the whisper of wisdom in the noise of the world. May your blood carry strength, your lungs sing praise, your hands heal what they touch. May fatigue give way to holy fire. May anxiety surrender to divine rhythm. And may your sleep tonight be more than rest. It will be resurrection. Child of God, this is not the end. This is the awakening. Heaven did not send this alert to frighten you. It sent it to prepare you. The storm in your body was never punishment. It was prophecy. It was the signal that God is shifting you from surviving to thriving. The same Spirit that raised Christ from the dead now moves within you. Romans 8:11. Renewing every system, every organ, every cell. The same light that split tombs open is now shining in your bloodstream. You are not late to healing. You are right on time for revival. So rise, God's chosen one. Step into the rhythm of restoration. Let heaven find a resting place in your body again. You are the miracle. You are the message. And your time, yes, this very moment, is the divine appointment. Thank you for walking this journey with us. Whether through your words, prayers, or support, know that you are deeply appreciated. From my heart to yours. May the peace of Christ dwell richly within you, and may His presence be the medicine that never fades. Until we meet again, breathe deep, stand tall, and remember, heaven has not forgotten your body, and God has not forgotten you. In Jesus' name, amen.